let's go. Am I live? I am live. Display capture. Yeah, that's it. Let me see if the sound.
Here is Danny, and today, so the new Battlefield has been revealed. The game is called Battlefield 2042 and is set in 1969. Just kidding. It is obviously set in 2042. It has been in development for 3 years and comes to all platforms available and PC stores. Of course, no Nintendo stuff. Global warming has caused
So this could be a bit louder. Oh no. Let me have a look at my own stream. There we go. Let's just play this trailer.
that there is a big food and supply shortage and that there's only 2 superpowers left, the US and Russia. Stateless soldiers are called NOPADs and are hired by both sides. There is no single player, but there is some story stuff in multiplayer like in the
Okay, this is it.
original Titanfall. 128 players on PC and next gen. Last gen is capped at 64. The maps are huge on current gen and PC. Last gen maps are smaller and a bit like what Battlefield 3 had on the PS3 and Xbox. There is lots of big destruction, but also smaller macro destruction. Only in Battlefield moments seem to be back with random zooks and other things. No idea if there's animations for it during gameplay. No word on attrition or mandatory bipod MMGs either like in Battlefield 5. There is tons of guns like the MP7 etc. You can change your scope, barrel, ammo and underbarrel on the fly when on the ground. So on an open field you can go from the ACOG, and when you are in CQB you go back to the Cobra side. There is charms for guns and different skins, which are also part of the pre-order system. You can play against bots like in Battlefield 2, friends can join too and they might be using the Seed AI. Progression is actually enabled when playing against bots. Any player can request a vehicle at any time. Vehicles got seats that give extra uses, a bit like in Battlefield 3. We got Apaches, MRAPs, Little Birds, Ospreys, tanks, tuk-tuks, etc. The capture points are in multiple sectors. POIs got multiple capture points. The weather can be used to your advantage, like tornadoes can be used to get up to buildings. There are 7 maps in total, which is less than in the previous games, but they are also far bigger. We got Kaleidoscope, which is in Korea with tons of skyscrapers. Manifest in Singapore, which is a big shipyard with automated cranes and boats. The Orbital is a launch site in French Guinea, not Japan. Or in France Guinea? How do you even say that?
Oh, it's nice.
Disregarded is in India, stranded ships and a nuclear submarine. Renewal is in Egypt, fighting over renewable supplies. A big wall is in the middle, separating the desert from the shiny stuff. Hourglass is in Qatar, a city during a sandstorm. It is massive with tons of skyscrapers and a stadium. And as last there is Breakaway, set in Antarctica, fighting for oil and gas in the biggest map in the game. with a big Demophant Peak-like jump.
Yep.
There are 4-player squads, and you play as specialists, which are a bit like the scrapped Battlefield 5 archetypes. But they are still Assault, Engineer, Support and Recon. The primary gadget is locked to each specialist, but the weapons and the grenades aren't. Class locked weapons are gone, like I said. Everyone can now run the MP7 on every class if they want. There is 10 specialists in total, a Canadian guy with a grappling hook and zipline, a German who can revive and heal himself from a distance, she also has defibs, a Russian guy who has a turret, which gets better if he is near, a South African sniper with a recon drone, and a guy with a wingsuit, which is also linked to a specialist. There is third-person takedowns like in Call of Duty. There is a free and paid battle pass. All actual content like guns is in the free one, and cosmetics are in the paid one.
Wait, what did you say?
There is a free and paid battle pass. All actual content like guns is in the free one, and cosmetics are in the paid one.
It's just gonna
Battle passes will bring the story further than ever, like the Tides of War should have been. There are 2 other experiences that aren't classic normal Battlefields, which are Hazard Zone, something with tight squad play and is not ABR, maybe competitive, and something by Dice LA. No idea what it is, but it is a true love letter and more is to be seen at EA Play, but that is not ABR. Greybox test will come soon but is ND8. There is a huge airspace with lots of flanking routes in the maps. Dedicated servers of course, but there is no word of RSP. And a gameplay trailer is in a few days.
RSP?
It is all coming together on October. Gameplay trailer is in a few huge airspace with lots of flanking routes in the maps. Dedicated servers of course, but there is no word of RSP. And a gameplay trailer is in a few days. It is all coming together on October 15 for the more expensive versions and a week later for the cheaper ones. But hey, that is all I got for now. Subscribe for more. This was Danny and I see you on the battlefield.
Is it something like private servers? Retail servers, private? I don't know. So where's the Battlefield 2042? It's a weird name or whatever. The official trailer, let's go. Let's do it again. Look at that, he's climbing up there. Yep. That is pretty cool. Let's go to the website of Battlefield, see if we can find something. Explore. Game overview. Let's start with these sections. We got All Out Warfare, Conquest and Breakthrough make their return at a massive scale with support for 128 players. And we got a little star over there that says Xbox One and PlayStation 4 supports 64. 128 players and massive scale maps are available on Xbox Series X, PC and PlayStation 5. That's perfect. Game experiences, the Hazard Zone. Squad up and drop into the Hazard Zone. An all new high stakes multiplayer experience. Stay tuned for more information. Redacted. Okay. We'll have to wait and see. I'm from the Netherlands. Let's go. Send me. Why not? Let's just do it. Okay. Game overview. Learn more about game modes. Conquest, we already know this. Breakthrough. Attackers and defenders. Then we have Hazard Zone. Sign up, I just did. Sign up, okay. The world. As the world stands on the brink of war, a new kind of stateless soldier emerges from the greatest crisis in human history. How did we get here? 10 years. Okay, the world's first Category 6 storm. Global food fuel shortages sparked second Great Depression. European Union officially disbands following Germany's collapse. Notepads. Okay. The rise of the notepads. Hashtag we are notepads. Brink of war. Media. Reveal train. Oh, we got some screenshot. Nice. This is a good one. Look at this, man. Hovercraft's gonna be my thing. I don't like the Space Center. Maybe I will. For now, I don't like it. Now this seems like a awesome map. Oh, this is probably the one where you have to jump off. I mean, you don't have to jump off, but I saw them jump off and this, wow, this map looks amazing. So we got these two maps, then we got an industrial sort of map. Looks a bit like the one where you always play team deathmatch on Battlefield 3. I forgot the name. It's also very industrial. This is the Space Center map. I mean, it does have all kind of different areas. You got the freeway running up to it, and then you got this container area over here. Then you got some woodland area. You can't really see much. This could be the neon lighted one with the skyscrapers. And this is the, I don't know which one this is. I see a lot of mud and a giant. Is this a ship? This is ship. Okay. Tornado. This is the mud level. Hovercrafts. Oh, this is the nice one. It looks a bit like Central Park, you know. You got this big giant park area and some skyscrapers around it. This is the muddy level probably. These maps do look pretty big. I mean, walking from one side to another will take you a while. Hope they got private servers. Oh, and this is the Egyptian map. Renewal. Then we got the one with the dome. Oh yeah, this is the one with a ship. The mud level. I'm not sure what it's called. This is really nice. Oh, closed it off. Battlefield. Oh. The world media. We've seen this. We've seen this. How about questions? October 22nd? Damn. That's, yes. An open beta, nice. Oh, they're forcing me to buy the game, pre-order it. The revamped versions of Conquest and Breakthrough experience from previous battle game. What does that mean? Revamped versions of Conquest and Breakthrough. Then we got the all new Hazard Zone, a trailing new addition to the franchise, and we can't wait to tell you more about a brand new experience where you can discover unexpected battles and enter the wide universe of Battlefield. Learn more on the game mode space. I think I've been here before and they didn't want to tell me anything about it. No, they did not. How many players? Well, we know this. 128 on the next gen and PC. And the older console, 64 players. What are the maps? Let's have a look at the maps later. Let's first read the other questions. How can the maps change your experience, ever-changing battle conditions and gameplay challenges on Battlefield 2042? On the fly, adapt on the fly to dynamic events. Adapt on the fly to dynamic events and storms such as sandstorms in the deserts of Qatar, rocket launching from French Guiana Space Center, and tornadoes threatening South Korea's concrete jungles. Okay. That sounds pretty good. What are specialists? The new specialist system lets you choose your role on the battlefield and form hand-tailored squads. Based on the battlefield's 4 classes, specialists have one unique specialty and trait, but the rest of the loadout is fully customizable. Okay, one specialty and trait. So for a medic, that would be his medpack and his revive. So classes, okay, so they changed this up a bit, so the classes will remain the same as in the, what we used to have was gadgets, but they changed it in specialty and trait. But now you can pick any weapon, so you can be a medic with a sniper. Well, I mean, that sounds pretty cool actually, a medic with a sniper. And I'm not sure how useful it is, but if you want to be a sniper and you want to be able to heal yourself, I mean, why not? Choosing and equipping your specialist allows you to build synergies within your squad and empower yourself to take on any battle situation. There will be initially 10 specialists available in 2042. Meet the first 4 to learn more on the specialist. Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to be going through these questions first. What weapons, vehicles and other equipment will be available in Battlefield 2042? You'll be able to use a full roster of cutting-edge weapons, vehicles, jets, helis and all new equipment inspired by the near future of 2042. Summon the Ranger, a robotic dog, we've seen this. Built for battle. Use the Syrette pistol to revive squad members, nice, from afar, cool. Employ a grappling hook to reach new places, don a wingsuit, deploy a recon drone and more. Okay, so they got some new gadgets. What are the live service plans for Battlefield 2042? We're taking a new approach to live service for the Battlefield game where players will be given the service and evolution they have come to expect from modern multiplayer games, all aimed at keeping the community playing together for years to come. We'll be evolving our world and expanding on the fiction through seasons, each one lasting for about 3 months. Every season will come with a new, free and paid for battle pass, delivering new content to chase after. That sounds good. In our first year of live service, we will deliver 4 seasons with 4 battle passes, 4 new specialists, along with more fresh content. I want to know if these battle passes, I mean, there's 4 battle passes. I remember in Warzone you paid for 1 battle pass and then you had the opportunity to get points back. I hope it's something like that, because then the grind is worth something. Then you can grind out your next battle pass, and I mean, who doesn't want to do that? We'll have more to share on the first season of Battlefield 2042 before launch. Okay. Will there be a technical playtest of Battlefield 2042? Yes. A limited number of Battlefield veteran players will be able to participate in a technical playtest in the beginning of July 2021. Note that this test will not be a closed alpha similar to those created for previous Battlefield games. The technical playtest will be done in a closed setting where we'll be using a grey box environment of the game with participants under NDA. Get more information here. I'm a veteran, pick me. What is the purpose of the technical playtest? Through player feedback and other means, we'll focus on validating our core gameplay loop, technical performance and stability in order to deliver a great experience for players at the launch of Battlefield 2042. I'm gonna try and get in this test, but you know, oh, there's nothing. How do you get in here? Okay. moving on to the maps. You got Orbital, Kourou, French Guiana. It's a race against time and hostile conditions as you fight around the site of an imminent rocket launch. So this is not, what do you call it? Tanegashima Space Center. This is called Orbital. Watch out for both enemy fire and upcoming storms on this dynamic map. Let's check out the screens. Oh, it's only one screen? Okay, we got the woodland area over here. Then I don't know what this is. This is probably nothing, but you got. It seems like you can't climb these things, but you might be able to get on top of these. Oh, you definitely can get on top of these. I don't know. I feel like this map is not for me, since there's probably a lot of people going to be hanging around this, and I don't feel like running around ladders until somebody camps me out. You know, this area would be mine. I would be focusing on the highway and the container area. Now this is a nice area. It's just that the road seems so open. Am I audible, by the way? I'm here talking out of my ass and nobody's even responding. Then you got this water area in the back. You can probably have some naval fights going on over here. If you, oh, you got a tank. I can only see a tank, but no boats, no hovercrafts, no, not even a chopper. But I mean, it's just a screen. We got Hourglass in Doha, Qatar, fighting a lost city to the desertification around it. Massive dust and sandstorms are constantly rolling in, blotting out the natural light as you battle for control of a convoy trapped in the sifting sands. Okay, one screenshot. We can't really see much. We got a stadium with two ospreys, if I remember. Oh, we got a jet in the background. We got some, oh, look at these. We got some skyscrapers, and this is where the night city is. Look at all those neon lights. And then we got this, seems like a parking lot area. We got a, yeah, it's probably a parking lot, maybe a small park. I don't know what it is, man. It's just trees and grass. And the road that leads to, is this going through a tunnel? I don't know where this thing ends. This screenshot is kind of weird. I think this road goes through a tunnel, and in the back, yeah, we can't really see what's going on over there. I don't know what to expect from this map. I mean, are we playing in the buildings? Are we playing in here? Are we playing in the stadium? Are we playing all over the place? How big is this map? What can we expect? Fighting a city lost to desertification around. Wow. So wow, it's everything probably. These maps are big, man. These maps are big. Kaleidoscope. I like this font, by the way. I like the, look what they did. They chunked the letters a bit. They don't do it everywhere, just sometimes, you know, with the K, and here a little bit with the A. Then they got the P, they got a good, and the D as well. But here, these letters, they just let them roam free, you know. Songdo, South Korea, In a state-of-the-art metropolis in South Korea, zip line between skyscrapers and fight among the plazas surrounding the city's iconic data center. Okay, so you can skyscrape from, I mean, probably not from here to here, but from here to here, and zip line from here to here, and then from this to this one maybe. And then we got the data center in the middle. You can probably enter that. Then we got the city around it. There's just so much. I mean, look at how big this is, man. Let's say you are standing here and somebody else, I don't even know if this is the end of the map, but you got all this water. I mean, can you go all the way to the end? That would be sick, right? I mean, with a tank it's okay, but say you gotta run from here all the way to there. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. That would take you, let's say it's, well, I mean, it's still a game, but how long would it take? Like 1.5 minutes per block? Then would be pretty fast. That's a full sprint, 1.5 minutes. And then 4 of them. So it takes you 6 minutes from here to here. 6 minutes. Oh, and look at this. You can even go underground. So here you go underground. Oh my god. I like that this map area is kind of, if you look at it like this, it seems fully flat. But if you zoom in, here, this is some kind of stair thing, this is some kind of bolting, this as well. You got some giant statues here, you got a kiosk or something, you got your hedges everywhere, you got trees, you got these little areas like entrances of garages or something, you got more stairs, you got little grass hills. It's pretty open, but you can find cover anywhere. You just gotta be smart about it. You gotta go from cover to cover. You can't just run across this grass like there's nobody there, because first of all, there's gonna be a sniper on top of this one, and if he just watches down, then boom, you're dead. Hey. This is a good map. What's this one called? This is called Kaleidoscope. Wow. Okay, moving on to Manifest. Brainy Island, Singapore. See, this looks nice, the chunks that they bit out of the letters. Looks nice. Watch out for tropical tornadoes and navigate through maze-like cargo containers in this key trade location, vital to American supply lines. Okay. Man, I can't see anything except the chopper. Okay. Well, we got a chopper and some blur in the background. This kind of looks like, yeah, I forgot the map from Battlefield 3. I forgot its name again. Not again. I couldn't remember the last time I saw this. But there's this 24/7 map where everybody plays Team Deathmatch. And it's similar to this. It's on the coastline. And you got these cranes as well. I don't know. I forget the name. Discarded along India. Along a strategic section of India's west coast, colossal ships stranded on the beach are being stripped for parts. Fight among the hulls of these behemoths while adapting to deadly storms. Sorry about that, I had to read a message from Discord. So in the trailer we saw this thing coming down. It seems like. So I'm wondering if you have to do something to blow it up, or I don't know. I'm pretty. Oh wait, these are zip lines probably. But I'm pretty curious about how the destruction will work. They got macro destruction and they got some levolution as well. We'll probably see that in the gameplay trailer. 13th of June. Save the day. No smoking. I mean, this is more of an open map, at least this area. I don't know what to do with this, you know? It's not a good screenshot. Breakaway, Queen Maudland, Antarctica. Tread carefully on this dynamic map where oil extraction has turned the freezing area to a strategic hotspot. Take advantage of destructible fuel tanks and silos that create debris fields and permanent fires when destroyed. It sounds good. So all we gotta do is find the oil fields. Oh wait, there's some smoke coming from below here. And I think I've seen... So these are two helipads, and I think I've seen somebody get pushed off this helipad in the trailer. I'm just wondering if you can jump. I mean, shouldn't you be able to jump on both sides? But this side seems so empty. Yeah, this side as well. So you got these. So are these roads? What is this? I mean, how do you? I don't know how do you make maps like this, but this seems, if you got 20 guys running over here fighting, I don't know. You got a couple of ridges over here, but what else do you need? It seems a bit bland, although on top of this, yeah, but how long can you fight in this little area? It's just one building. I don't know. I gotta see more. Renewal. Eastern Desert, Egypt. A giant wall built to secure rich, man-made agricultural areas. Takes center stage on this intense map. Prepare for the extreme conditions. Deploy and secure the access points and massive gates in the wall. Hey man, Galactic Pegasus, nice to see you again. You hope there's an underground facility or something inside the hill. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Let me have a close look. You mean Breakaway, right? Let me see. There's a dark area over here, but I don't really see anything. So it's really hard to spot something. I can't really find anything. I mean, maybe they're just showing the wrong side of the map, and because what I did spot was this smoking. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to check in the I didn't even realize that this was part of the map as well, but you can see here the burning oil complex. So these are all probably capturable areas. Maybe hidden on the other side. Battlefield 4 had a map where you could get inside the hill. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, because you got this smoke on the other side, and here you got these little areas as well where you can go to. So I bet there's something hidden in this mountain. Let's hope so. I mean, there's a lot of things we don't know about these maps, but yeah, they're just showing us these screens, and there's nothing really interesting. The only one that I thought was really interesting was Kaleidoscope. I really like this one because you can see the whole map here. You can just see anything. You got your skyscrapers, you got the city, you got the data center in the middle, then you got this little lake over here, and you can put things on fire. I don't know if these are normal explosions or they just keep on burning, but I don't know, this doesn't seem like a normal explosion to me. And the cool thing about this is that you also have this tunnel over here, and this is so massive. I mean, these are all trucks. You would be a speck on this map, like these yellow things. That would be a player. That would be the size of a player. That's just insane. Let me go back to the I checked out this one as well, the Egypt one. Unfortunately, we can't see a lot on this one as well. It's so blurry. What are these things? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. Are those sticky grenades? What is that? I've never seen this before. This looks like the cap from my fuel tank from the car. I have no idea what this is. I like the wingsuit. I'm pretty sure Dr. Disrespect is gonna love this wingsuit. I like the division in this map. I mean, look at this. This is so green, and this is all sand and rock. And then you got, oh, these are probably solar panels for energy. And then let me read what it says. Renewal. A giant wall built to secure rich man-made agricultural areas takes center stage on this intense map. Prepare for the extreme conditions, deploy and secure the access points and massive gates in the wall. Okay, so we actually have a massive wall over here. Yeah, we can't see anything, but it's probably, oh yeah, here you can see the gate. Yeah, the question is, how hard is it going to be to pass the wall if you hold all points? I mean, of course, if you got a helicopter, then you can easily cross it. But what if you got a quad? Is there an area where you can jump over? Or can you ram through with a tank in certain areas? Yeah, that's what I want to know. And this, what is it? They probably store some energy over here or something. I don't know. This seems like an industrial area. I already forgot the text. I know that this is the rich part and there's a wall. That's it. I'm gonna be chilling here in the rich part. Ah, the specialists. Nice, nice. So, well, I'm just gonna read this. Choose your role on the battlefield and form custom-made squads through the new specialist system. Based on Battlefield's 4 classes, specialists have one unique specialty and trait, but the rest of the loadout is fully customizable. Choosing and equipping your specialist allows you to build synergies within your squad and empower yourself to take on any battle situation. Maybe you will get hooks or something as well to get over walls or on top of buildings like Battlefield 2. Not only zip lines. Yeah, that could be right. Yeah, the grappling hook from Battlefield 2, the Euro expansion or Spec Ops expansion. I don't know which one, but I remember. Well, anyway, the specialists are changed. The classes are changed into specialists. So you have one unique specialty and one trait. Yeah, let's see what. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Grappling hook and nimble. An ex-military lone wolf survivalist. McKay is an ass kicker with a conscience. Sorry. This Canadian-born assault soldier fights for the non-patrioted to make right a regret from his military days. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the classes don't have names, but the character have a name. So this class is just the Webster McKay class, and he has a grappling hook and nimble. Allows the player to move more quickly while aiming down sights, further enhancing their speed related advantage. Okay, so this guy is very agile because he can go anywhere, he's fast, he can aim down sights fast, and he can escape or attack from advantage points. I like this class. I mean, this is a playstyle, you know, and they already say he's a lone wolf survivalist, and that's how he feels because he got a grappling hook, you know. He can go places other guys can't. Falk, Maria Falk. A veteran support, Maria Falk has a strong will that cannot be shaken by danger, fear, or rank. This skilled medic's primary motivation is to find her son David among the non-patriot groups spread across the world. Okay, so this is a medic. Did he say something? Okay. Oh, an assault. He's the assault class. Okay, so I read over that. So we got an assault class. We got the medic class with a syringe. That's a syringe. Oh, if fired at an enemy, the syringe will do damage. Fires a syringe at friendlies to provide healing. Okay, so this is just a healing pistol. Then surgeon allows the player to return downed allies to combat with full health when reviving. Cool. So we got heals and revives. Wait a minute, wait. Look, you got this pistol with a syringe, but how do you heal yourself? Do you just shoot it in the leg? Well, it doesn't say. Piotr Boris Guskovsky. His nickname is Boris. You're mixed on the trailer. Okay, I'm gonna go through this these last two specialists, and then I'm gonna play Danny on PC's video because he has a lot of information already. So this guy is self-motivated and self-fulfilling. Maybe I need to watch it again a little. Yeah, DCR, don't worry, I'll show it in a minute. So we got this guy, self-motivated and self-fulfilling. Boris seeks to acquire power and control in a chaotic world. This Russian-born engineer is very experienced weapon expert on the task force. Oh, he's an engineer, cool, cool. Although his true attachment to the team is suspect. Jack Frag, I haven't checked this video out. Thanks DCR. I will check out maybe Jack Frags because Jack Frags is the best. I'm not the best. Jack Frags is the best. So we got a sentry system, SG-36 sentry system. Automatically spots and engages enemy targets detected within a certain area. So this is something I'm not too sure if it's like an UAV or it spots. Oh, wait a minute, it engages. It's like a turret. Oh yeah, an actual sentry system. Cool. And we got the sentry operator. So this thing right here spots the enemy target when the sentry gun locks on to the enemy in question. Okay, that's kind of weird because this says it automatically spots and engages enemy targets, and here it says spots the enemy target when the sentry gun locks on to the enemy in question. Now that's kind of the same thing to me. What do you think of the specialist mechanic? Hey Jack, how you doing? Well, I'm kind of getting over them. I'm reading all of them right now, and so first let's go back to this one. I'm all for this, you know, grappling hook, nimble. He's got two abilities, and they probably are set for this guy, for the assault class. Maybe they're upgradable. I would like it if they're upgradable, you know, if you can get different grappling hooks, you know, like a really long but slow grappling hook and a fast grappling hook that maybe you can use it for short range combat as well. And you know, differences between grappling hooks. That would be really nice. And you know, picking the weapon you want with that class, I don't have a problem with that. So I'm fine with the specialist mechanic. This one, the medic. I have a question about the medic. Maybe anybody knows this. But I was looking at the Surette pistol, and it fires a syringe at friendlies to provide healing. If fired at an enemy, the syringe will do damage. So my question is, how do you heal yourself? DCR says, I watched the AKA Arts video. I'm not sure who AKA Arts is. Is it a good video? So this one I'm kind of confused because the sentry system automatically spots and engages, and then the sentry operator spots the enemy target when the sentry gun locks on to the enemy in question. I mean, for it to lock on, it would have to spot it first, if I'm not mistaken, but hey. So this probably won't be my class. He does mostly Battlefield 4 vids, another good YouTuber. I will check him out, definitely. So we got the final class, specialist. This seems like a sniper. Oh yeah, recon. Recon soldier weakens as a loner and the unflappable calm presence on the task force. An introvert, Wikus does not make acquaintances easily, but his determination to fight for a better world is rock solid. He's got a OVP recon drone and a movement sensor. So the drone spots nearby moving targets and can disorient enemies by using EMP blast. Can also be used to designate targets for lock-on weapons. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's kind of like the MAV from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. One of them. Maybe both. Oh, wait a minute. The MAV didn't have a EMP blast. That is different. But, I mean, if this drone uses an EMP blast, won't it go down itself as well? We'll have to see about that. So we got the movement sensor, alerts the player to approaching enemies both while boots on the ground and when piloting the recon drone. Okay. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how that works, because I mean, when piloting the recon drone, how do you see? Maybe you can still see your map somewhere. Or maybe it will just give an alert that the enemy is close instead of its location. I don't know, man. There's a lot of questions there. These are all redacted. We can't look at them. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 classes. Cool. I kind of like it. So I can go straight to Jack Frags. Jack. I think this is it. Gameplay details and more. Yeah. This is his latest, probably.
Battlefield 2042. We've just been treated to the reveal trailer, and while it was an absolute blast, it didn't reveal much about the game. However, a few days ago, I was invited to a press pre-brief where DICE spilled the beans on the biggest Battlefield game ever. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that we know so far about the game. Battlefield 2042 has been in development for 3 years and uses the very latest Frostbite engine technology and significant technical upgrades such as a new physics system. The game is set in the year 2042 with the world on the brink of war. Rising sea levels, collapsing economy, and global blackouts cause chaos. Stateless soldiers known as NOPATs are deployed by the US and Russian armies as they fight for key military locations and territory. 2042 is a multiplayer only game with no traditional single player campaign. However, there will be story elements woven into the maps that you can play on and in the evolving narrative. DICE said that this is a true evolution of the Battlefield franchise, a modern military shooter leaning into the sandbox gameplay and offering freedom to create unlike anything before. The main game mode is known as All Out Warfare, featuring Conquest and Breakthrough game modes with up to 128 players on PC and the new consoles. PS4 and Xbox One will support 64 players. The game uses new modern hardware, weapons, gadgets, vehicles, and cutting-edge technology. I saw guns based on weapon systems like the MP7, the AK, the M13, DDM4, Vector, and Saiga. 2042 also introduces the Plus system for guns. This lets you change your weapon configuration on the fly when your boots on the ground. You can switch out your scope, barrel, ammo type, and underbarrel attachment. For example, if you were to move from a large area to a tight indoor environment, you could switch your 8 breakthrough game modes with up to 1. The evolving narrative. DICE 42 is a and global blackouts cause chaos. Fight for king with no play on Battlefield franchise, a modern military shooter leaning
what happens over here. Look at this guy. This guy, I really hope this feature will be in game, because in Battlefield, climbing used to be horrible.
To the sandbox gameplay and offering freedom to create unlike anything before. The main game mode is known as All Out Warfare, featuring Conquest and Breakthrough game modes with up to 128 players on PC and the new consoles. PS4 and Xbox One will support 64 players. The game uses new modern hardware, weapons, gadgets, vehicles and cutting-edge technology. I saw guns based on weapon systems like the MP7, the AK, the M13, DDM4, Vector and Saiga. 2042 also introduces the Plus system for guns. This lets you change your weapon configuration on the fly when your boots on the ground. You can switch out your scope, barrel, ammo type and underbarrel attachment. For example, if you were to move from a large area to a tight indoor environment, you could switch your ACOG sight to a red dot sight, change ammo for a faster rate of fire, take off the foregrip and add an underbarrel shotgun, and a shorter barrel for CQC firefights. I can't show you what it looks like yet, but imagine the system that they use in Crysis for a good reference. This game introduces the ability to play with or against AI soldiers. You have the option to play solo against a whole server of artificial intelligence bots, or squad up with friends, or a mix. DICE said this will be a great way for new players to learn the game, vehicles, weapons, soldiers and systems at their own pace. It will be a great place to test stuff too. I suspect that it will also be brilliant for regions that have lower player populations, having AI fill up a server until 128 real players queue in. Progression is also enabled when you play with AI. There's a big emphasis on vehicles in this game. Transports, tanks, LAVs, helicopters and jets. Getting a hold of vehicles is easier too. Any player at any time can request a land vehicle delivery on a tablet to any location. Pick a spot and it will be parachuted to a desired position. No more information was given about this, but I would imagine that there'll be some kind of point system in place so you couldn't just constantly spam tanks, for example. Each vehicle seat has a vital role to play too. The more people that are in it, the more proficient it will be, leading to more gameplay variety. Think about anti-air seats, spotter seats, gunners, rocket launcher seats, grenade seats, miniguns, and some vehicles can even lay down mines to deter pursuing vehicles. Examples of the vehicles they gave us included the AH-64GX Apache helicopter, which is the king of lower airspace, the Su-57 Elon jet for air-to-air dominance, the E6 Jaeger Recon. This is a squad-focused high-tech LAV-style vehicle. Fan favourites will also return with the Little Bird helicopter, Osprey-type vehicles, main battle tanks and the Ka-52 Alligator. Battlefield 2042 maps are massive, featuring some of the biggest effort in the history of the franchise. In Conquest and Breakthrough, capture points are now broken up into multiple sectors. So think of capture points as a larger territory, and your team must seize control of all the objectives within it to capture it. For example, to fully capture the stadium on the Hourglass map, you will have to own both of the objectives inside it. So let's say there were C1 and C2. Dynamic elements of maps can occur too. Tornadoes can form, travelling different routes and creating chaos, launching hazardous debris and picking up and throwing vehicles or soldiers in their way. So you can choose to avoid it or take advantage of it. Dan Berlin, who's one of the leads on the game, gave us an example where he was playing, stuck in the open, there was a sniper on a hill and a tornado in the distance had actually picked up a container crate and it landed on the sniper and killed them. The maps feature destructible environments and terrain, and bigger Levolution moments like rocket launches which can fail or succeed with different outcomes and effects to the level. There are smaller, more focused destruction features too, as well as interactive map elements like lowering or raising bollards, using zip lines, managing doors and gates that can be locked down, raising or lowering bridges, and even moving massive containers with cranes in real time. As I mentioned, the next gen versions are 128 players, but the PS4 and Xbox One versions are 64 player only. Therefore, on those consoles, the maps are smaller experiences and have a tailored scale for 64 players, but they say that the gameplay and big events will still be there. We were shown 7 maps. Kaleidoscope, set in South Korea. This is a fight to control a quantum-powered disinformation hub with multiple floors, canals for amphibious vehicles. At the edge of the map there are skyscrapers, a TV station which is enterable, and zip lines. There's so much variety in this map. Manifest in Singapore. This is a vital location for US supply lines, and it has a big container yard which acts as funnels for intense infantry fighting. There are also big automated cranes which pick up and move containers as you play. There's a toll station and big ships anchored by the docks with capture points in them. Orbital is set in French Guiana. This is a big rocket launch site. It's a controversial space launch and it becomes a race against time. This is a medium-sized map by the new standards. There's a launch pad with the rocket on it. It can take off and it doesn't always go as planned. Discarded is set in India, and this is a fight to secure a rogue nuclear asset with stranded ships due to changing water levels in the world. There is also a huge ship in the middle called the Colossus, and that hides a nuclear submarine with intense close quarters combat. Renewal is set in Egypt, and here you're fighting for a groundbreaking agricultural tech center. There's a massive wall which goes across the entire map, and this splits the play space into two distinct areas: green life versus arid desert and canyons, plus there is a solar park at the back. Hourglass is set in Qatar, and this is a city lost in sand. It's a very big map, one of the biggest in the game, and there's a neon city to the east, which is a cluster of skyscrapers which you can go in. Sandstorms can come and go, and the stadium has become overrun by sand. There are these big arches on the highway too, where there's a lot of abandoned vehicles, rolling sand dunes for vehicle-to-vehicle combat. And then finally, Breakaway. This is set in Antarctica, and this is a fight for oil and gas with massive exploding silos scattered across the map. This is the biggest map in 2042 at 5.9 kilometers squared. This is about the same size as the Vikendi map from PUBG. And it has spots like the Outlook, which is very reminiscent of Damavand Peak. It's a capture point, the resource depot, the oil rigs, and the oil port. Moving on, in 2042 you play as specialists. Each specialist belongs to a classic Battlefield class, but this class is more of a category for a particular type of gameplay role. Each specialist has a gadget and a trait only used by them which defines them, and the classes that we saw were Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. So the primary gadget is locked to each specialist, but you can choose whatever primary weapon, grenade, or secondary to use. There is the freedom to create a loadout in this game for your specific playstyle, and there are no class-locked primary weapons. The game will launch with 10 specialists in total, and we were shown 4 of them. Webster McKay is from Canada, and he is an assault specialist with a grappling hook gadget and a trait known as Nimble, which gives them increased agility when aiming and ziplining. They did show a gameplay snippet, and the grapple hook kind of looked like a little Spider-Man thing where you would point it at a position and you could use it to swing a little or pull yourself up to higher places. This gameplay snippet also had a third-person execution in it, kind of like how they are in Modern Warfare and Warzone. The next specialist they showed was Maria Falk from Germany, and they are support, and they have the S21 Surette pistol, which lets them revive and heal teammates from afar. So this was just a little gun that they fired into a downed teammate who was wiggling around on the floor dead. You shoot it from afar, hit them, and they're revived. They also have defibs, which allow them to revive teammates back to full health. Other specialists in the game, when they revive people, they only revive them with a portion of their health. Boris is a Russian and an engineer class, and their gadget is the portion. You shoot it from afar, hit them, and they're revived. They also have defibs, which allow them to revive teammates back to full health. Other specialists in the game, when they revive people, they only revive them with a portion of their health.
Boris in the game, when they revive people, so you don't really need to be a medic to revive people.
Sentry system, and this lets them deploy a turret that automatically spots and engages enemies. Their trait is the Sentry Operator, which means that when they stand near the turret, its efficiency will be boosted. Also, EMP attacks can take out sentry guns. And then finally, Casper, who is South African, Recon, they get a OVP Recon drone gadget that you can have manually controlled, or you can set it to hover. This can reveal enemy positions and disrupt their electronics. It's got a little dart that you can shoot, and then can take out sentry guns. And then finally, Casper, who is South African, Recon, they get a OVP Recon drone gadget that you can have manually controlled, or you can set it to hover. This can reveal enemy positions and disrupt their electronics. It's got a little dart that you can shoot. And their trait is the movement sensor, which can detect incoming threats with their sensor equipment. So that means that if there are any enemies in close proximity to you, running or sprinting, you'll be notified of that. Also, the wingsuit that you saw in the reveal trailer is tied to a specific specialist, although they didn't say who it was. This game is adopting the live service model for future content with a battle pass for each season. There is a free and paid for premium battle pass. Everything that's gameplay is in the free tier, introducing new content to chase and keeping the community playing together. They said that the paid tier is more about cosmetics. works. The Battle Pass will also push the story and narrative of the game forward. The first year is comprised of 4 seasons, 4 new specialists, new locations and new content, and we'll learn more about
4
that
new
before
specialists,
launch.
nice.
Wrapping
so
things up, there are 2 other
specialists.
experiences for the game at launch, which are different
other
to All Out
experiences
Warfare,
as well.
and these were very briefly mentioned but not really elaborated on. The second experience is called Hazard Zone.
Oh,
They
yeah.
told us that
I
this
read
is
about
an
this.
all-new high-stakes game type with strong focus on tight squad play. It's completely new for the Battlefield franchise, distinctly different from anything in the All Out Warfare mode. It's not a battle royale, so perhaps it could be something similar to Tarkov or Hunt Showdown. And
Wait,
the
this is
third
the
experience
Antarctica
is
map.
something
Now, this looks
specific
fucking
built by
amazing.
DICE LA. We were told that this is a true love letter for Battlefield
Love
players
letter?
and
And what
some
is that
games
thing?
specifically at long-term
Guys.
fans of the franchise. Nothing more was said. Told that this is a true love letter
What the hell is this vehicle? What is this?
for Battlefield players and some of the games specifically
Does
at
anybody
long.
know?
This is a true love letter for
I have no idea. Is this a tank? Is this...
Battlefield players and
What is
some of the
it?
games specifically at long-term fans of the franchise. Nothing more was said about that apart from that we would see more at EA Play next month. Finally, there was a Q&A session after the brief where we could ask questions, and while they didn't reveal much,
It's
there were a
sexy.
few details in here that I wanted to share. They did state on several occasions that this game does not have a Battle Royale mode. There will be an under NDA
Yeah.
grey box technical test of the game and an open beta pre-launch. There was nothing to share about a free-to-play experience, but look forward to more announcements in the future. The outer combat area for air vehicles is huge, and it doesn't have that fishbowl feeling anymore. And the inner combat area has a lot more space to flank around, significantly bigger maps and spaces,
like
128
flanking
players, there's
space
a lot more
because
room to move. The
that
game
was
is
my
running on
special move.
dedicated servers. There was no mention of community games,
problem with
anti-cheat
the
or crossplay,
flanking-
but I'm sure that we will learn more about that in the future. As I
What's that?
mentioned,
Oh, wait a minute. What did you say? The problem with flanking in the normal battlefield is that you always reach the outer ring.
space to flank around, significantly bigger maps and spaces,
I
128
wanna know what
players,
he
there's a
said
lot more
about
room to
anti-cheat.
move. The game is running on dedicated servers. There was no mention of community games, anti-cheat or crossplay,
Oh,
but
no
I'm sure that
mention.
we will learn more about that in the
Yeah, I
future.
could have read
As I
that.
mentioned, DICE did also show us some small snippets of pre-alpha gameplay of the specialists in the presentation, which while I can't show you, I can talk about. They announced that the gameplay trailer is coming on Sunday, so you'll
What,
see how
so
it
he-
looks then anyways, but I
he
can
had
say
a-
that it looked pretty clean and bright. The graphics had a realistic art
special
style, reminding me a lot of Battlefield 4, but with more
footage?
visual fidelity
What?
and detail. The only thing that I didn't really like about it was the look of the user interface. I thought it was a bit too big, but usually Battlefield has scaling in the customization options, so hopefully you could change that. And the squad size in the gameplay snippets was 4 players. Apart from
4
that, the only
players,
other
nice.
thing that they showed us was the
I like
different
that.
versions of the game.
Okay, wait a minute. So we got pre-order. So first of all, I'm not gonna pre-order. But what if you did pre-order? You get the early access to open beta. That's what we all want. You get Baku ACB 90 Epic Melee Takedown Knife, Mr. Chompy Epic Weapon Charm, Landfall Player Card Background, and Old Card Tag. Now these things are all nice, but after one use, you've totally forgotten about them. Oh, but they're in every edition, so don't worry about it. The base game, of course, every edition. You got the early access to game launch. So they're really gonna do us like that? They're gonna make us buy the gold edition for early access. Now, you know, that for me would be a no, because I can hopefully, I mean, how long is this? Is it a day? Is it a week? Is it a month? How long is it? If it's a couple of days, don't worry, I'll wait. Because the first couple of days is going to be crap as usual. This is something guaranteed. Servers are not going to let you in on the first day. Second day is kind of chaotic. And the third day everything's going well. So I hope they will just have 3 days early access. Year 1 pass. Okay, that is 4 battle passes, so it depends on the difference and how much is the battle pass really. If it's $10 and the gold edition is more than 50 difference, then you might really want to think about it. You got your cross-gen bundle. Oh snap. Cross-gen bundle. That's the first time I heard about this. 1 week earlier. 1 week, that's pretty long. I don't know, man. I'll think about it. But the cross-gen bundle, does that mean if I have a PlayStation, an Xbox and a PC that I can play this game on all consoles and a PC? That would be really nice. For me, this would be a reason to go for the gold edition. And again, it depends on the price difference as well, because if it's more than 50 difference, I don't know. If the gold edition is 80, 90, I might do it. But the ultimate edition, yeah, Midnight Ultimate Bundle, this doesn't mean anything to me. Official digital art book and exclusive digital soundtrack. This, I don't care about this at all. So I'm not gonna take the ultimate edition. I mean, Midnight Ultimate Bundle.
Game. Standard, Gold and Ultimate editions. They had various skins and bundles in them for weapons and vehicles, battle pass.
Wait. Cross-gen includes 4 battle passes and 4 new specialists, but everybody gets these new specialists, of course, I guess. Then we got some camos. These are all camos. Okay.
Etc. And the pre-order bonus gets you early access to the open beta, the Mr. Chompy dinosaur gun charm, and the classic ACB 99 from Battlefield 3. The game is launching October 22nd on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, S, X, and PC.
Oh, so
with
there's
early
only
access players on
€30 difference. Now that's doable. Oh, look, this is the Midnight Ultimate Bundle. So for what did they give you extra? They give you the soundtrack, some digital art, and these skins. I mean, I'm guessing they're only the skins, right? You get the skin of this guy, the skin for the dog, and the skin for this weapon. Hazard Zone does look cool. That's a sick map.
On the 15th. And that's about all that we were given.
I'm not paying
DICE pitched this to us as a true evolution of the Battlefield franchise, expanding the game, expanding the player base, and leading into and revolutionizing that sandbox style gameplay and only in Battlefield moments with entirely new tool sets for the players. With that being said, that's all for today, folks. I'm looking forward to the gameplay trailer on Sunday. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Zone. They told us that this is an all-new high-stakes game type with strong focus on tight squad play. It's completely new for the Battlefield franchise, distinctly different from anything in the all-out warfare mode. It's not a battle royale, so perhaps it could be something similar to Tarkov or Hunt Showdown. And the third experience is something specific built by DICE LA. We were told that this is a true love letter for Battlefield players and some of the game's specifically at long-term fans of the franchise. Nothing more was said about that apart from that we would see more at EA Play next month. Finally, there was a Q&A session after the brief where we could ask questions. And while they didn't reveal much, there were a few details in here that I wanted to share. They did state on several occasions that this game does not have a Battle Royale mode. There will be an under NDA grey box technical test of the game and an open beta pre-launch. There was nothing to share about a free-to-play experience, but look forward to more announcements in the future. The outer combat area for air vehicles is huge, and it doesn't have that fishbowl feeling anymore. And the inner combat area has a lot more space to flank around, significantly bigger maps and spaces, 128 players, there's a lot more room to move. the game is running on dedicated servers. There was no mention of community games, anti-cheat or crossplay, but I'm sure that we will learn more about that in the future. As I mentioned, DICE did also show us some small snippets of pre-alpha gameplay of the specialists in the presentation, which, while I can't show you, I can talk about. They announced that the gameplay trailer is coming on Sunday, so you'll see how it looks then anyways, but I can say that it looked pretty clean and bright. The graphics had a realistic art style, reminding me a lot of Battlefield 4, but with more visual fidelity and detail. The only thing that I didn't really like about it was the look of the user.
AKA art. Yeah, this does look like a Battlefield channel. Oh, he's got 2 videos. He's got 3 videos already. How does he... What the... He made 2 videos.
The Battlefield 2042 reveal trailer has set the bar very, very high, and if you're anything like me, you'll be excited to see more. In this video, I'm going to take a look at 3 things that will push Battlefield 2042 to the next level, arguably making it one of the biggest FPS games of the year. The best Battlefield games are always groundbreaking. They always have something that the previous game didn't have, and something to stand it apart from the crowd.
Let me have a look at this one.
Wow, that trailer was intense, and I think I can say on behalf of everyone that watched it, thank you DICE. This is the game we've been waiting for, and they certainly delivered when it came to the trailer. From now until we get to actually play the game, I'm probably going to be rewatching that trailer on repeat because it simply is just that good.
It is
credit
a good
where
trailer.
credit is due. They smashed this one out the park, and I thought I'd start the video by just saying congratulations. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at some of the Battlefield 2042 details. We'll be looking at what we're actually getting in the game, what we know so far, what maps do we know about, and what's the deal with these specialists. We don't have any gameplay yet, and apart from what you saw in the they really
he's just gonna go through the things that
with Battlefield 2042.
we've
The
seen
first
with
is called
Jack Frags
All Out
as well,
Warfare,
so
and this will bring the fan
not gonna
favourite
do
modes
this,
Conquest and Break.
Flakfire is talking about things that we missed, so...
Hey everyone, it's Flakfire. What an incredible reveal trailer for Battlefield 2042.
I really like Flakfire.
So many things
Hope you
that
don't mind
were
them watching
just
this video.
completely unexpected. And the best part about it was that it really felt like Battlefield on steroids. It looks amazing, which is one of the reasons
like this
that we're going to be
part where he
taking
gets
an
pushed off.
even closer look. Make sure to tell me what you think about the trailer in the comments. For this video, we're going to be breaking things down frame by frame to talk about everything going on
so far,
and give you
so
the
good.
inside scoop as
Yeah,
to
not
what
anymore.
DICE has up their sleeve when Battlefield 2042 launches later this year. So buckle up. Here we go. Gonna be a long one. First up, we're looking at Icy Tundra. This is from a map called Breakaway, which is located in Queen Maud Land, Antarctica. If I did the math right, it's the largest map in franchise history outside of Hellboy from Battlefield 5's Battle Royale game mode. We can see a vehicle inspired by the tilt-rotor Osprey limping along, which deploys
So this is not
countermeasures
Hazard
in
Zone,
a
this is
futile
Breakaway.
effort to stave off some kind of smart missile. Visible on the peak here is what appears to be a radar installation. On the helipad, you can see a few soldiers armed with AK-style weapons. We'll get to those in a bit, but the main soldier here is equipped with an evolution of the M4 carbine, which the game calls the M5A3. Now, we have to take into account this game takes place some 2 decades into the future, so throughout this video you're going to see a lot of fictionalization of real weapon and vehicle platforms. The soldier also appears to have some grenades or mines hanging off the strap near the parachute. As the Osprey-type craft crashes, we're reminded that DICE and EA promised a love letter to Battlefield fans with this game, and the next few shots really remind me of the jump on Davamon Peak in Battlefield 3. This guy also bites it in the most Olden Battlefield way possible.
Thumbs up, and there he goes.
This shot reiterates just how large this map is, and you get a real great feel for scale.
That's going to be my next thumbnail.
Next, we see the soldier deploy a wingsuit. Now, it's important to know that wingsuits are not available to everyone in Battlefield 2042. Instead of traditional classes here, we have specialists, and the wingsuit is available to some of them. The next map featured here is actually the smallest in the game. Let that sink in for a minute. This is called Kaleidoscope, and it's set in Seogdo, South Korea. Lots of Siege of Shanghai vibes here from Battlefield 4. As far as I know, you won't be able to destroy the skyscrapers, but devs say that there is, of course, going to be plenty of destruction. The next shot showcases an airdropped robot dog. Now, you can call in any number of vehicles and other gear in Battlefield 2042. It will kill whoever it lands on, so these two were actually quite lucky. The robot dog is armed. No word on if you can pet it or not, but I do love the cool detail here of this spinning optical sensor as it checks its surroundings. It really kind of brings it to life. It's clearly got a rack or a seat in the back, so you might even be able to ride it. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a controllable robot or if it uses AI to function in the game. The next few shots take place in what is probably a museum, and I'm talking about that big building in the middle of the Kaleidoscope map. And we can see some frenetic close quarters combat as well.
Correct.
Here we get our first look at armor in Battlefield 2042. Like the other weapons and vehicles, this tank appears to be a natural evolution of modern-day vehicles. And this might be a little controversial, but judging from appearances alone, I guess the inspiration for this vehicle was actually the M1 Abrams. Now, I'm sure you're going to see some flavors of the German Leopard 2 and maybe the Israeli Merkava in there, but I took a lot of time looking at everything from crew positions to exhaust before settling on the Abrams. I think the composite armor shapes here are a bit of a red herring. In the background, you can see the stern of a massive tanker ship, which is the main focus of the map Discarded, set in Alang, India. After a tank is struck, we see a controlled demolition of the side of the cargo ship. Developers had hinted that there are a lot of player-controlled events on the maps, ranging from raising bridges to bollards. So it's possible this destruction here has been initiated by a player, which of course has some dire consequences for those who are below this massive wall of steel. This soldier is carrying an evolution of the Chris Vector submachine gun, which has been dubbed the K30 in-game. I assume when this chunk of the ship is dropped, it opens up a new area for combat, or at least makes it more accessible. Devs say the ship in question has a secret inside, a spy submarine. The next section of the trailer looks pulled straight out of Call of Duty's classic shipment map. It's called Manifest, and it's set on Brawny Island in Singapore. Ironically, Manifest is one of the larger maps in Battlefield 2042. It's even bigger than the Battlefield 3 classic map, Caspian Border. Developers worked hard here to create the potential for a wide variety of combat in-game, and other parts of the map are much more open. I'll also point out that the cranes on these maps do move some containers during the match, and you can even ride on them. The soldier in the front appears equipped with an evolution of the AK-12. Behind him, this soldier is probably holding a Remington 870 shotgun. Weapons are not tied to specialists in Battlefield 2042, so you get to choose the weapon you want. Similarly, you can also change weapon attachments on the fly in-game. That is huge. If you're headed for close combat, you can just swap out scopes, maybe add a foregrip for some better hip-fire accuracy. That's revolutionary for an FPS game. And this map also looks like it takes place at dusk. In the ambush, we can see taking dog tags will make a return. No word on counter knifing, please no. I also want to rewind that back for a second. This patch here likely stands for no pats or non-patriated. In the Battlefield 2042 universe, weather and technological failures fractured the globe. No-pats are refugee fighters from the remnants of countries, fighting for a place once the dust settles. In the next scene, I'm not sure if this is Breakaway or another map, but fighting takes place among massive ice formations. We can spot a hovercraft likely inspired by the Griffin 2000. It is quite a bit smaller than that, but it's not uncommon for developers to tweak things for gameplay reasons.
I mean, that
it's also
thing looks
armed, which
really
you can see
nice.
the turret up top
It's
here,
gonna be
and
hard
it does
to
appear to handle like a
control these
hovercraft,
things, I
which
guess.
will provide a unique challenge for players.
But it's going to be a lot of
Meanwhile,
fun.
this is a penguin.
A
No, not the
penguin?
vehicle over here.
What?
That vehicle
Oh,
is based on the Ripsaw.
That's-
You might remember it made an appearance in the Fast and
A
Furious
Ripsaw.
franchise. Again, this variant is armed, and its real-world counterpart can hit over 60 miles per hour. Next is an overview of a map called Orbital, and it's set in Kourou, French Guiana. This was the map showcased in the earlier leaks. You
Yeah.
might be wondering what everybody is fighting about here. Well, in the Battlefield 2042 storyline, some kind of event knocked out most of the satellites in orbit, leaving most countries isolated and blind. Thus, getting a new satellite in orbit represents a huge strategic advantage. So, as the rocket launches, we
So
can
they
see
did
soldiers
have the
fighting all the
map
way
right.
up the
They
launch
just
pad. A reminder that PC
came up
and
with a
next-gen
random name.
consoles support battles with 128 players. The vehicle you're driving here is a light four-wheel truck, but it's proven difficult to pin down exactly what it is. I don't think these guys here are going to make it. This looks like it could be inspired by a Russian Mi-26 helicopter. As the rocket takes off, you might be familiar with the leaked footage in which it crashes. Now, devs say that doesn't actually happen every time, so
Oh.
could be a player-determined event.
Yeah?
We're now looking
That
at a
would
map
be
called
nice to
Hourglass.
make
This
that
is
thing
set in
blow up.
Doha, Qatar, where desert sands
Caspian
are
was
storming, shifting, and
really
slowly
big map.
taking over this neon landscape. According to devs,
And
this
Caspian
map
will
is
be
about
medium,
3 times the
even
size of
small.
Battlefield 5's Hamada. It's the backdrop for a duel between what looks like a variant of the AH-6 Little Bird and
3
two
times the size of
KA-52
Hamada.
inspired attack helicopters. After the Little Bird bamboozles its pursuers, it ascends to the roof and it lights up enemies with its twin miniguns. In the chaos, this soldier hops on a Polaris ATV. You can actually see the logo and name here, which is interesting because most of the time when video games do this sort of thing, they avoid partnering directly with
What does it say?
manufacturers. So maybe there's some kind of special edition
can't read
Battlefield
it.
four-wheeler coming out. In true Battlefield fashion, the soldier bails at the last second, knocking the Little Bird out of the sky with the ATV. Back over South Korea, we get our first look at jet combat with a familiar sight in the F-35. It's being challenged by an Su-57. As the F-35 pops the brakes, we can see a squadron designation
Oh, this-
VMFAT-501. Now, this is a real unit, but it's the United States Marine Corps Training Squadron based out of South Carolina. This designation
Okay.
might be coincidental, or it might indicate how desperate both sides are if they're sending rookies into battle. What happens next is either shocking or expected, depending on your familiarity with the Battlefield franchise. The soldier actually ejects
that's
out
so
of the
nice,
stalled
man.
jet
Only in
and
Battlefield.
fires a Carl Gustav recoilless rifle at the pursuer. For
Ooh.
longtime fans, it's a sign DICE is listening and putting the fun back in Battlefield. After the kill, the
man.
pilot manages to climb back into the aircraft. The move is
That is
called
so
a Rendazu,
sick.
by the way, and it's a classic. Back boots on the ground
It
on
is a
Kaleidoscope, this soldier is armed with a UMP-9 inspired weapon while an Apache flies overhead. The fictional model in-game is called the AH-64GX, which implies it's a next-gen model. This soldier is equipped with a radio. It's quite possible this is the squad leader, as they also carried radios
Oh, yeah.
in Battlefield 5 that served as a quick means of identification. Next is a cool moment where lightning actually strikes next to a vehicle. It's not clear if getting hit
Lightning.
by lightning will kill you in-game or not, but by the looks of it, it's the least of your worries. We can also see a soldier is wielding a weapon called the 4V9. That is an assault rifle that looks loosely based on the Remington R4. Behind him, a soldier totes a semi-automatic marksman rifle, probably inspired by the Chinese QBU-88. The tank on the right here, based on the Russian T-34 Armada. Similarly, there's that light strike vehicle in the background. Again, not sure what it is, but it showcases a quick way to get around the sprawling maps. Now you're staring down a massive tornado.
It looks a little
Devs
bit
say
like
that these
a Humvee.
twisters take different routes through the map when they appear, sucking up everything in their path, including vehicles and people. This soldier's equipped with a belt-fed light machine gun. I'd say it's probably developed from the MG5 in the game's storyline. Meanwhile, another soldier carries what looks like an FN Scar. In her chest holder is a special dart weapon called the S21 Surette pistol. This can
That's
be
a
used
medic.
to heal teammates, and it's a unique gadget
I hope
to
the
that particular
LMGs
specialist.
will be a little
The next shot brings back the Tuk Tuk from
I wouldn't say
Battlefield
more
Bad Company
accurate, but
2's
maybe
Vietnam
easier
expansion.
to use.
And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite moments in the trailer. Suddenly, a sign drops from the sky. Developers say the Twister in Battlefield 2042 can drop debris and vehicles across the map to lethal effect. It's still just incredible to see soldiers
This
and
is
vehicles
incredible to see,
sucked up by
even
this
with the
thing. I
vehicle
honestly
that-
saw this and cannot believe this is a
Blindfold
real
me, you can
thing that is
fly.
in a game. What a testament to how far technology has come. I also love this little joke here. Why walk when you can fly?
Yeah.
Developers say you can actually use the tornado to traverse the map. And I spent quite a while here looking at debris, hoping to see a dinosaur or something flying around in there, but to no avail. I'm sure there'll be plenty of Easter eggs when the game launches on October 15th later this year. Before then, we got EA Play Live on July 22nd. I'll expect to see some more details, maybe another trailer, and we'll certainly hear more about the other experiences that DICE has planned for Battlefield
we got
42.
more.
Other tidbits of info: open beta coming later this year. Pre-orders get you early access to that.
Oh no, this is
But
already
before you
new,
go,
so
tell me what you think of the reveal. Did you love the trailer? What was your favorite
I'm
part?
gonna give this
Tell me
guy
down
a thumbs
below.
up, man.
I'll be
he makes
digging
good
more
videos.
into this reveal event stuff in the coming days, so if you enjoyed this video breakdown, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Tap the bell for notifications, and if you want to support the channel, keep your money, share this video. As always, thanks for watching.
This guy makes some awesome videos, man. Well, it's time for me to end it, boys. Thanks for keeping me company. And I will see you guys hopefully another time. I'm gonna keep on doing the Battlefield Talk videos. For the Battlefield 2 players, you definitely want to see the next one, and I can't give any guarantees on when it's gonna drop because it's costing me way more time than I was expecting, because I want to drop 15 to 20 minute videos, and sometimes I got audio full over an hour, so I gotta cut that all into little pieces and take out the piece I don't want in it, and it's just taking a whole lot of my time. So anyway, I'm gonna close it off, and hope to see you in the next one. See you when I see you.